Quite interesting. Now, on NTV tonight, we are on a race to the finish line, and Africa's fastest man, Ferdinand Omanyala, is settling in with his new coach, Geoffrey Kimani, with the hopes of taking his sprint skills to a higher level. Omanyala parted ways with his previous coach, Duncan Ayemba, last year as he prepares for the Olympic Games. Victor Afula caught up with the two during one of the training sessions ahead of a busy 2024 season.
Omanyala had mixed fortunes in 2023. He had an impressive outing in indoor season, securing victory in France in February and kick-started his outdoor season with victories in Kenya, South Africa and Botswana.
Ferdinand Omanyala, unofficially 9.79. That would be phenomenal for Ferdinand Omanyala.
The 27-year-old made his debut at the Diamond League with a third-place finish in Rabat, Morocco.
Slightly better start from Trayvon Bramell, but Curly moving smoothly now.
He won in Monaco to become the first Kenyan sprinter to triumph at the Diamond League. Omanyala qualified for the World Athletics Championships after being peerless in the national trials, but he could only manage a 7th-place finish at the World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary.
Omanyala, Kenya in 9.
In October, Omanyala decided to part ways with Ayemba. The Commonwealth champion reached out to Geoffrey Kimani, who has a wealth of experience training track athletes, rugby players and footballers.
I've worked with him before at the Olympic Games, and we achieved a lot after that. Because if you remember, after the Olympic Games, I did a 986, 996 and 977. So that means whatever we did, the 7-week camp was very good. So we've been trying to get him into the team, but it's been a bit of a pushing back.
Since I had worked with him in the build-up to the Olympics for about 6 weeks during the Tokyo Games, I took it as a challenge, and I said, well, no problem. After a few housekeeping issues with the previous coach, because ethically I'm supposed to contact him and make sure that they've left each other in a good state. So as soon as that was taken care of, we hit the ground running with Omanyala.
Kimani, who is a former sprinter and currently accredited to World Athletics as a sprint coach, hit the ground running literally for a grueling pre-season program.
Omanyala isn't new to me, so I had a brief profile of what kind of an athlete he was back then. So it was a matter of going back and doing more tests. Those tests now inform us what kind of program or what priorities we are going to give in the initial preparation phase for this busy year coming.
He's a lecturer of sprints, and he's got so much information, like in the 6th week of training, but I'm feeling like I'm in my 8th month. So that means things are working right.
Kimani is a former national sprints champion and worked for many years with the national rugby sevens team.
Well, I started off as a track athlete. I was also very good in the sprints.
I was a national junior champion in 1991 and then representing Nairobi.
It was something big then, because those are the years that the national school games were dominated by the likes of St. Patrick's, Cardinal Otunga. So I remember in that season, Nairobi also won the 4x1 relay, so we had quite a very nice sprints.
His input will now be central in determining which races Omanyala will compete in for 2024.
We are going to start with the indoors in February, 2 races that are going to lead into the World Indoor Games in March. And then after that, take a break, and then the outdoor season will start. The good thing about the indoor season is that it prepares you well in terms of starts. And for the sprints, starts is everything. So if you can be able to enhance your start or become comfortable with your start, it plays a very big role later in the year as you're preparing for the outdoors. I didn't want to change that because Omanyala has been performing well in the indoors. So we sat down and I told him this could be a good stepping stone for us. The only thing we needed to change is the number of races that you compete indoors, because you don't want to burn yourself before the season starts.
His input will now be central in determining which races Omanyala will compete in for 2024.
This season we are looking at doing the 100 and the 200, but our goal right now is for the indoors, first of all, is 60. But ultimately, some of the races that he's going to compete in outside the country, we've requested the manager to get us a few races in the 200. The 200 is good because the training is a bit more, not a bit, it's intense more than the 100. So it makes sure that the athlete is more fitter, more robust. And for the bigger picture is that he is able to run quality rounds, like in the World Championship or in the Olympics. You are required to run 3 very intense rounds and very good times for placing either in the semi-finals or in the finals. So it works out good for us.
Omanyala, who largely focused on the 100 meters in 2023, could make a return to the 200 meters the coming season.
This season we are looking at doing the 100 and the 200, but our goal right now is for the indoors, first of all, is 60. But ultimately, some of the races that he's going to compete in outside the country, we've requested the manager to get us a few races in the 200. The 200 is good because the training is a bit more, not a bit, it's intense more than the 100. So it makes sure that the athlete is more fitter, more robust. And for the bigger picture is that he is able to run quality rounds, like in the World Championship or in the Olympics. You are required to run 3 very intense rounds and very good times for placing either in the semi-finals or in the finals.
Outside of the track, Omanyala has secured numerous partnership deals with different corporate organizations. He also does a lot of mentoring through his foundation.
Through the foundation, we have the Sprint Achievers, and we are coming up with structures that will make sure that we have many opportunities for them. We're having so much competitions now coming into the country, and we're bringing them up and making sure that these sprinters get some good money for themselves.
Ferdinand Omanyala had mixed fortunes here on the track, but the coming season, he is hopeful that he will do better because of bringing Geoffrey Kimani on board. Victor Wafula, NTV Sports.